Hello, I'm on episode number 114 of the TEW 2028 Challenge Run. This is going to be Friday, week 2, March 2021's episode of Friday Night SmackDown, as the build to the grandest show of the year continues for the Blue brand. Without any further ado, let's just jump straight into the show.
Close your eyes, surrender your beliefs to them for holding. Wait patiently to hear whatever changing lines are showing. The week will come. All they wanted was violence, to put the chains and divide us. It's all the worst that's inside us. We'll bring on the violence, the violence.
For the first time, I think, since no, he has done it before. This is the first time since the Elimination Chamber. Karrion Kross comes out with Scarlett for a promo, and he's like, "Well, when I first attacked Roman Reigns back in December, I knew I had to attack the biggest dog in the fight, and I knew I had to attack the biggest dog on the show because I wanted to make a statement and let it be known that I have arrived." And that's why I went for Roman Reigns, because he's Roman Reigns, and I'm going to take the big dog out and prove that I am unstoppable, and that Apocalypse is coming, TikTok, for the big dog at WrestleMania. The Roman comes out, he's like, I get it. I get why you attacked me, because I am the top dog on the show, but if you want to prove that you're here to stay and that you're here to take over this brand, why do we even wait till WrestleMania? Let's get this shit going right now. And Roman storms into the ring, and he starts laying the punches to Kross. Scarlett gets out of the ring, and Roman and Kross have like a brawl. And security's try and get in there and break it up. And it would end with Karrion Kross taking a cheap shot and putting Roman Reigns down yet again, holding his title up high as the lights flash with him holding his championship up in the air. 69 rated match, nice. Just a quick win for Keith Lee. He beats Dolph Ziggler with the power slam in 7:58. 82 for Keith and a 66 for Ziggler. Not too shabby. After that, we get we don't get Paul Heyman. We get Keith Lee on the microphone, and he says he never thought he'd live again. He never thought he'd live in a world where Brock Lesnar would be a coward. All he just wants to know is an explanation behind the Elimination Chamber attack, and to stop hiding behind Paul Heyman, and come out here and face Keith one-on-one, man-to-man. And Heyman says, Keith, your threats, they aren't falling on deaf ears. Brock Lesnar hears you. And he will be here next week, personally face-to-face, to issue that challenge to you, man-to-man. And Keith, if I were you, I'd watch your mouth, because Brock Lesnar, he might not have liked some of the things you've said about him, but he has been listening. And next week he'll be here, face-to-face with you, Keith Lee. So that's happening. Brock Lesnar will be back next week. Interesting. Backstage segment. Chad Gable is called into Bivens' office with AJ Styles and Omos there, and King Corbin and Tucker Knight. And he's like, Gable, I've liked you for a long time. I've been kind of handy towards you. I actually got you that United States Championship match, and now you're the champion, so you kind of owe me one, partner. I was like, I know what you're saying. You want me to be the last member of your team at WrestleMania. And Bivens is like, all right, now hear me out. I know you're going to be the United States Champion, and you're probably going to defend your championship on that show. But you're such a great athlete, and you're such a pristine, integral part of my show, that having you wrestle for me night 1 and then defend your title on night 2, that's just par for the course for Chad Gable, because you're so talented, you can get it all done. So Chad, the olive branch is open. You'll be the only person to be wrestling on night 1 and night 2. I actually don't think that's true, but we'll go into that at a later point. But he would tell Gable that he would be. Gable's like, Bivens, you have done a lot for me, and yeah, I'll be glad to repay you. So I'll join your team for WrestleMania. So this is actually Bivens' team. It may look thrown together, and it kind of was, but like the seeds were all there. Like, AJ's been sort of like using Bivens to get matches for months now, and Corbin got put into the chamber by Bivens for free, and Bivens has sort of like helped Gable. So like, when I put the card together, it was then like, oh, I'll do the GM thing and throw the match together. But after I realised I was going to put that match on the card, I have sort of built it up better than I would have hoped, because there are the seeds are there as to why all three of these men would want to help Evans win. It's not just like, oh, the heels want to help the heel GM. Yeah, and Gable will be on the team, and he also has another open challenge tonight. Backstage, we get Angel Garza and Raquel Gonzalez doing their thing. He's talking about how he's got a match with Tony Nese, and how Raquel wishes him luck. He hands her a rose, etc. When Bayley interrupts, she's like, haven't you got a match to prepare for, Garza? Come on, get out of here. Now, I get it, Raquel. You may be able to be your own woman, and I don't understand what's going on with you and Dakota, but I do know that you're being manipulated to go after me. I don't believe that it was you. I believe it was all Dakota, but let's say there's no hard feelings. And Raquel's like, well, no, Bayley. Like I said last week, I'm my own woman. Why would I just do Dakota's bidding for no reason? And then Bayley's like, oh, so it was you. You were the one who attacked me for no reason. Well then, in that case, bitch, fight me tonight. Raquel's like, okay, you're on, bitch. So it'll be Raquel Gonzalez and Bayley later on tonight. Boss talk with the SmackDown Women's Champion gets a 97. And she's bragging about how she stabbed Bianca in the eye with the heel last week. And how, everyone was saying that Bianca was the best person here on SmackDown. But to Paige, she doesn't see her at all because, well, quite frankly, Bianca can't even really see Sasha either because she's been blinded. And who knows if she's even going to make it to WrestleMania at this rate. And that would all just be a shame if she won the Royal Rumble, but for all that effort to get that title shot, only to not make it, wouldn't it? And then Kaylee Ray and Nikki Cross come out and are like, you're coward, Sasha. Bianca, you're scared of Bianca because you know she's one of the greatest talents here on the SmackDown Women's division. And she's more of a woman than you'll ever be because you've got to hide behind these women and take cheap shots to stay ahead. And Sasha's like, no. Who the fuck are you and who do you think you are? And then Paige comes out and she backs up the Scots. And we get a nice good old 6-woman tag team match. Paige, Kaylee Ray, and Nikki Cross against all 3 members of Boss. 67. Sasha, Indy, and Mickey do beat Kaylee Ray, Nikki Cross, and Paige when Sasha submits Nikki. And Candice LeRae and Ruby Riott run out and take Paige out to continue their sort of issues with her they've got brewing. 54 for Mickey. 46 for Indy, 72 for Sasha, 64 for Paige, 54 for Nikki, and a 40 for Kaylee Ray. Backstage segment, Adam Pearce is with Kayla Braxton. And she's talking about how we just saw Bivens now has his team finalised. He's got AJ Styles, King Corbin, and Chad Gable. Do you have any updates on your team? He's like, I do. Because for everyone that Bivens has been trying to help in his time on SmackDown, he's been doing the opposite to so many other people. People that I'm trying to be a fair and impartial general manager to. And one of those people is Daniel Bryan, of course, who's been getting sabotaged by AJ Styles and Bivens for the last couple of weeks. So he's my guy, he's my captain. To go up against AJ Styles, my guy will be Daniel Bryan. When Sami Zayn walks in for him, and he's like, Pierce, I've respected you for decades at this point. We grew up together in the indies and all that, and to see you flourishing in this role really does make you good. And I can't stomach seeing somebody like Malcolm Bivens take this role off you, the biggest opportunity of your career, and somebody like Malcolm Bivens is trying to get you taken out. So I'm offering my services to be a part of Team Pierce at WrestleMania, and if you accept, I don't mind kicking the head off King Corbin in the main event tonight. And Pierce is like, okay, Sami, yeah, you've got your match. Sami Zayn and King Corbin, main event. In-ring segment, the Usos come out with Jacob Fatu, and they're again bragging about the bloodline in the family and how there's no tag team on SmackDown more dominant than the brothers that are the Usos. When Dominik and Ray come out, and Ray's like, you're right, because I understand more than anyone that family is blood and family. That bond is stronger than anything you can see, but the only thing stronger than the bond of brothers is man and his son. So, me and Dominik, we have the bloodline just like you have the bloodline, but we're not out here hiding behind that. We're looking to carve our own legacy as a tag team, me and my son, just us two. And the Usos sort of get heated, like now Us face us right now, Us, non-title. That match gets a 76. Dominik and Ray beat the Usos. Dominik rolls up. Oh, I made it 2 out of 3 falls, apparently. I didn't mean to do that. Dominik just rolls up Jimmy Uso in 10:42 to win for him and his dad, Ray. 51 for Dominik, 72 for Jimmy, 73 for Jay, and 75 for Rey Mysterio. So that now adds Ray and Dominik to the tag team title picture, along with Death from Above and the Street Profits. Interesting. Chad Gable comes out for his weekly United States Open Challenge, where he continues to brag about how he's the best wrestler here on SmackDown. And how, Malcolm Bivens has got him this opportunity. And quite frankly, he doesn't see how there's anybody on here that can dislike what Bivens is doing and be on Team Pierce, because the fact that Gable now has the opportunity on both nights of the biggest show of the year to showcase his fantastic, just greater wrestling ability to you, that warmed his little heart. And he's going to give another opportunity to somebody lesser than Gable now, and it's all thanks to Bivens. So who's it going to be? And the lights go out. For the first time since, I think, November, Shinsuke Nakamura, old theme song, babyface, former client, translate-e of Malcolm Bivens. He comes out and he just he smiles, he does the confident Shinsuke Nakamura smile at Chad Gable, who doesn't look like he wants a piece of Nakamura. Shinsuke approaches Gable, and he, rubs the United States title. And he goes, "Come on!" But Gable backs away. He's scared of Shinsuke, who poses and goes, "Yow!" on the far rope below the WrestleMania sign, as Gable backs away, as there's a threat to his United States Championship that's just arrived, in the form of Shinsuke Nakamura. Back, and no longer affiliated with Malcolm Bivens at all. He's a babyface, and he apparently has his eyes set on the United States Championship. Oh, okay. 70. That's really fucking good, considering who's in it. And the finish. Bayley beats Raquel in 9 minutes and 18 seconds by DQ, when Dakota Kai runs out and kicks Bayley. And, yeah, pretty solid fucking match. Bayley gets a 70, a 50 for Raquel. Yeah. After the match, Dakota continues to attack Raquel. No, not attack Raquel, attack Bayley. And Raquel's looking on in shock, like, what the fuck are you doing? I had this under wraps. She's like, I believe you, Raquel, it's fine, but now we have the chance to take her out. And then Dakota goes to pull the table out from under the ring. She sets the table up. And then she goes to put Bayley on the table, and then she stops. She's like, nah, you do this, you do it. And Raquel was like, okay. And she's like, you wouldn't want to show hesitation. You need to put Bayley through this table. Do it right now, Raquel, because I'm telling you to. And she sort of shows hesitance, but in the end does oblige and put Bayley through the announce table. Not the announce table, just the regular table. Sorry. Dakota gives her a big hug. She smiles and she's like, yeah, you see, best friend, look at what we can do together. We're unstoppable. And then they leave together.
Who needs to go to sleep when I got you next to me? All night, I ride with you. I know you got my back, and you know I got you. So come
58. Angel Garza and Tony Nese have a match. Ish. Because it gets cut off short because the message interrupt and cause havoc and take over the show yet again. 68 for Garza, 51 for Nese for what it's worth. But the post-match segment is what this is all about. Because Mustafa Ali grabs the microphone again. And he says, I don't know how many of you watch Raw. I mean, it's quite evident that the ratings for SmackDown are higher. Maybe that's because that's where we that was my home. Maybe that's what am I doing? But if you didn't watch Raw, I taught Otis a lesson by mouthing off to me. I showed him that the message is going to be delivered one way or the other, no matter who tries to step in my way. And whether that be all the referees, all the road agents, Mark Henry, he got involved, he got taken out. Jamie Noble, I think, was in there, he got taken out. And we even took out Stephanie McMahon, the daughter of the... Well, no, not the daughter of the owner. She was the heiress. I guess she's now the second in command of WWE. Can't do anything to stop us. Mia Yim had her on the floor. She nearly had her arm broken if it wasn't for my kindness to not cause damage to the show anymore. And yes, there's not really anything anybody can do because the message is going to get delivered and I've got nothing to lose. And then more referees and shit come out and Ali and Dabakato and Kushida beat them all up. And Ali gets the mic back up again. He picks up the mic again. He's like, I'm feeling a bit naughty today, so this show is not going to continue. I've decided that this is the end of SmackDown, and there's nothing that anybody can do about it because we can't be fired, and if you come and get us kicked out of the ring, we will attack you. When...
Time to play the game. Time to play the game!
The gay mug is here, and he's pissed because not only are they holding up his show, they also attacked his wife. And he gets into the ring with the sledgehammer. And he threatens Mustafa Ali. And that's when Ali's like, okay, boss man. I'm done here. I'll leave now. And the message slowly back away from a 50-year-old Triple H with a sledgehammer. So he did get the show under wraps after all. But it involved Big Dad energy from the gay mug. I forgot to put a storyline on. Of course I did. That's why the main event is so shit. Wait, is Sami not in the story? I guess not. Sami Zayn beats King Corbin in 12:40. Pinfall with a haluva kick. Because Apollo Crews gets involved and he kicks, hits an enziguri on Corbin to distract him and then haluva kick. Could he be the third member of Team Pierce? Shit main event according to the game. Show gets us a 81. That's actually really good considering the main event was bad. And what matters more than the main event is what you thought of the show. So do let me know what you thought in the comments below, and I'll see you next time for 115, which will be Raw Week 3 March. See you then.